What's up, you guys? It's your boy. We're back. Today, I'm going to be talking about another. I guess it would be a trip story. It is going to be the 600 milligram edible story. That's gonna be the thumbnail. That's gonna be the story. That's gonna be the title. Pretty sure it was like 625 milligrams or like 600. Yeah, like 625, 650 milligrams. Whatever the cereal bars, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I like putting them up. The cereal bars, those shits, they smack, bro. I don't know if they're still on the market. I haven't seen them. I'm not very educated on the edible market right now, but from my knowledge, these shits, they weren't supposed to be, like anything. I got them from a source that the guy stopped selling for a while. Like, there was no demand from him specifically, so that's why he stopped selling, I think. Like, he also didn't have that good of a fucking stock anyway. But he had these, and they were on sale for like $15 or $10 each. So I got like 3 of them, so I paid like $30. Also, I just wanted to say that when I opened them shits, bro, they were melted. Like, they must have been melted like the entire summer, and it was like fall at this point when I opened them, and like they were just melted in and like frozen into this weird ass amalgamation of fucking THC. And so I'm like, like if he left it in his car the entire summer, bro, that can't be potent now, right? On my way there, I'm like, I'm gonna eat these shits on my way back because I'm gonna chill with the homies. We're gonna go to TopGolf later tonight, and like, it's gonna be later tonight. I don't know when the guy's gonna be there, so it's like, I'm gonna just take these shits now. So I'm like, if I take them on the drive to my homie's crib, then I'll be like fine while I'm at the homie's crib. I'll be fine by then. Like I'll be geeking like later on at the night once I get there. So this is a foolproof plan, bro. So I take them shits. I eat one. I eat two. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the whole fucking shits because I'm like, I smoke a lot. I have a high tolerance. So it's like 625 milligrams. I'm like, I've had like 250 milligrams before. Double dose it plus a little extra. Sure, I'll do that. Like, that's fine. Like, I'll be fine with it. I was taking edibles at the time too, so I was like, I think I could do it. So, just to be telling you, just to clarify, don't ever tell yourself, just because I am experienced, don't let your ego get the best of you. Never. Always double check yourself and listen to yourself. Maybe I'm a little bit, I'm going over the deep end. Maybe I'm being a little douchey. Maybe my balls are too big for their mouth. It's like, maybe I should tone it down a little bit. But the thing with me is that I'm a very go big or go home kind of person, and I don't think very much because I choose not to think. I'm like, I know I should be thinking about it, and I'm aware of the consequences about this decision, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I know the consequences. Like, I'm the type of motherfucker that will always excuse myself. Like, I'll like test something out, and like it'll get everyone upset, and they'll be like yelling at me and shit, and I'd be like, I just wanted to see what it would do because I never like gotten in trouble like that before. I never like done something. So it's like, I always use like the beginner's excuse, as in like, I wanted to know if it was bad or good or not, And then when I do it again, it's always just like, I thought because of last time I could do it better this time. Like, I'm always trying to find an excuse. And I know that even in my last story times, I feel like there's a fucking theme here with my trip videos, is that I always just don't think. And that's always been my downfall. And so when I took these shits, I took them all in one sitting. I'm pretty sure I have a video somewhere. I might have to go digging and find the video because I think I was like reviewing them or some shit. I don't even know. But I ate them and I started driving, and it's like a 15-minute, 20-minute drive. So I got there and I'm fine. And we ended up chilling at the crib for like a while. We were there for like maybe an hour, or like maybe an hour and a half. Could have been 2 hours. And we were just waiting for the homie to pull up at TopGolf because he works there and he had a booth saved for us. So we ended up just going, and on the drive there, that's when it started kicking in, because I drove the homies there, and I was perfectly fine driving, but while on my way driving, I was like, yeah, I feel very giddy. I feel like very like goofy. I feel like I could laugh about anything, dude. And I just felt very uplifted. And it at that moment in time, everything began to like exponentially speed up in that moment of time. In that time of being in Topgolf, it was just like this. The moment we stepped in, I entered an altered universe. I was in fucking Wonderland. I don't even know the fuck. I was in fucking a dystopia, bro. Everything, it looked like fucking cyberpunk. It looked like fucking Blade Runner and that shit, bro. It was sick as fuck. Like, lights were everywhere. It looked like a bar inside, but it was not a bar. I mean, there were bars, I think, but it was like, I don't even know. If you've ever been to Topgolf, you know how fucking futuristic that shit feels. Like, whoever fucking made Topgolf is like the 1% wealthy in America. I swear to fuck. Anyway, so we get in there and we're like waiting in the lobby, and like we're worried. We're like, oh shit, the guy's might not gonna pull up. He might not pull up, bro. Like, we might have to just pay for our own and just split it between all of us. And we're like, shit. So we all started making accounts and shit. And like, I'm chilling. I'm like feeling a little bit, but I'm like, I could get higher. Like, I could. I'm not that hot. I'm not that stoned, bro. So I'm feeling good. The second we pull up to that shit and we like sit down, they're like, oh yeah, you guys want anything to eat? I'm like, oh shit, I can't pay for that shit. That was one thing. I'm like, I don't feel like I belong here, because like there's so many like rich ass people fucking enjoying their time, and like they know how to fucking do their shit. And this is my first time ever fucking golfing. The only time I ever fucking golfed is golf with friends and fucking mini golf when I was at my friend's birthday party in first grade. So monster mini golf, bro, that shit was a fucking bomb. Anyway, so I'm like doing my swings and shit, and I'm like starting to feel it in my legs, bro, in my arms, my legs. Like, I can't feel them because I feel them so much, if that makes any sense. Like, I felt like so stimulated physically that like my senses shut down because they were bombarded with THC. I think that makes sense. So I'm gonna roll with that. Yeah, but like my fingertips just like felt like very sensitive, and like I just couldn't even feel the club in my hand. And so I'm swinging, I don't even know if it's in my hand or not. I'm just like praying to God that I actually hit the fucking ball. And I'm like whiffing the shit out of the fucking ball. I'm like luckily not hitting the floor and shit, and like making a complete fool out of myself. But I did end up hitting it, and it like skewered to the lane beside us and almost hit the lady that was fucking going off on her tee. So that was fucked. I'm pretty sure I hit the ball like very shittily. Like, I don't think I got any points, and I hit it like maybe 6 times, maybe 7 times if I'm being generous. But everyone else was just like out playing the shit out of me. I'm like, I'm way too geeked for this shit. And then so like I sit down, I'm like, yo, start playing for me, bro. I don't even think I could do this shit. I can't even pay for the food here. And then I look down and I'm getting spam called. I'm like, fuck, bro, what now? It's my fucking mom, bro. And I don't know if I've talked about this before, but my mom, she's relentless, bro. She's like a very stubborn woman. So it's like, she is also very like, she's a very Italian woman. So she's very loud and will yell for nothing just to like be the mom. You know what I mean? Like, just to be very motherly. She's very overprotective, and like anyone like understand like how it's like, oh, come on, Ma, like you don't gotta be like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like chill. Like, she was yelling at me. She's like, where the fuck are you? Where are you?
I'm in North Liberty.
Fuck you. Fucking pissed. I'm calling your mom.
Okay.
She's coming to get you. God damn.
Call your mom and tell her where the fuck you're at.
That's kind of what was going on. Like, I'm like trying to like keep it undercover and keep it low key. I'm like on the phone with mom, and she's like yelling at me. She's like, where the fuck are you? I'm like, I am going to Topgolf. I'm at Topgolf. What do you want me to do? You want me to come home? Like, I thought I told you. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. And she just hung up on me. So in my head, I go, oh, she wants me home now. I'm in deep shit. And I feel like that's perfectly logical, especially like it's perfectly logical to think about, rational to think about it like that, especially when I was like geeked out of my fucking mind off the 620 fucking 5 milligrams. But anyway, so I'm like, shit, I'm fucked. And so I'm like letting my homies know. I'm like giving them the look of like, I'm not I'm out. Like, I might just drive home and you guys can like carpool together, like, because we all got cars and shit. I was just like, I gotta go home. I can't do with this shit anymore. Like, I just want to go home and like drink water. Like, like I don't know. Like, I just want to like listen to like Pink Floyd and like calm my senses. I don't know. And so the homies are like, oh, the game's over. You want to do one more game? And then like my homie's like, nah, let's just leave. Like, let's not do one more game. Like, let's just go. Cause like Manny's not doing it and he's not into it. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I gotta go home, brothers. I'm sorry. And I felt so bad. I felt like I was like shitting on the party and shit like that. So we go to the parking lot and the homies are like, oh yeah, you want to smoke a cig? So like they all start smoking a cig and shit. And then I go on my phone and I call my mom. She's not answering. I call my dad and he's like, oh, you don't have to come home. I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, you know how your mother is. She wanted to know she was just mad that you didn't tell her where you were. She wanted to know where you were. I was like, so I don't have to go home? Oh, he's like, no. You can stay out however you want. Dinner's ready at home if you want. I was like, oh, okay, bye. Like, that was it. I fucking I geeked out for no reason. I was tweaking for nothing. And I turned to my boys and I'm like, dude, I can still chill. I don't have to go home right now. And they're like, oh, let's go. And then we just started smoking up at the crib. And literally, like, that was really it. Like, the entire peak of it was me swinging and missing and not being able to fucking feel the golf club in my hands. I mean, I was kind of right. I was like, I did kind of handle that shit like well, but I did fool myself into thinking that I had to go home and making myself think it was a shitty night just because I took all these edibles and I was in trouble now, when really there was nothing going on. I was just geeking. I thought the world was ending when it really wasn't, type shit. And yeah, we ended up just going back to the crib. On the drive there, when we were in the parking lot, it had worn off. Like when we finished the game, I was like coming down from it. I kind of felt a little groggy, and then we were in the parking lot and I felt fine. And like, it was kind of like it was mostly like a 4-hour kind of trip, really. Like the third hour was the peak and that was it. And yeah, I mean, or maybe like 3 hours, but like, yeah, it was like really not that bad. I mean, my homies were like, yeah, you were geeked out of your mind, bro. We were looking at you and you did not look okay. And I was like, I mean, I was very upset at that moment because I thought that I was going to shit on the party, which I kind of did. But I was like, damn, I was just like, I mean, they're low-key right. I was geeked. But yeah, I mean, I look back on that as like a fond moment. That was like a very stoner moment of me to just like get geeked the fuck out and just be chilling. And then like literally right when we leave, that's when I come back to sober. And on the drive back, I was sober. And we ended up getting more stoned at the crib. And yeah, that's how we used to do it. I'm gonna see the homies soon. We trying to go to OBX. I'm gonna film the shit out of that trip. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I'll make sure to like get a shit ton of B-roll and shit. And you know, yeah, that's the end of this story. I know it's a short one, but sorry about it. And I got more stories coming next week, so stay tuned for that. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check back to see when the next story is. Let me know what you guys think of this one and what you want to see next, because I'm running low on content. That's why I'm doing story times, because I don't know what fucking... Give me like a game to play or some shit. Let me know what you guys want to see, bro. But anyways, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, peace out, homies.